I'm installing the AutoPly insulation in our Sprinter 144. It's the high roof. I didn't see any other videos besides from the manufacturer on this. This is the way it comes. I did get the 1-inch material. So putting the insulation on the roof was probably the easiest part of the whole process. You simply peel the backing off the adhesive and stick it on there. Nothing else is needed. I found it was easiest to start at the midline, peeling the backing off most of the panel piece, and then folding it, starting at the midline of the van, and then working my way out to the edges on it. Okay, so the roof panels, the insulation panels for the roof went up really easily because you're just putting it in between the supports up here. But when I started doing some of these recessed areas, it was a real nightmare. The backing on this stuff is so sticky, and I tried getting this in and I just made a mess of it. You can see it's kind of all bunched up there. And so I was trying to figure out a better way to do it. And I experimented with some different things. What ended up working best for me was spraying, peeling off the backing on the material, and then doing a fine mist with a spray bottle of some. I used isopropanol 91%, but I found that if you spray the back of, once you've taken the backing off, if you spray that with a fine mist of the isopropanol and then you spray it in the cavities, makes it really super easy to put up. You can just put it up in there and then slide it around. And then this stuff, I did all this area with it, and let it dry for a day, and it's on there. It's not coming off. Another tip is that when you receive this material, there's these extra pieces that come in the box. Make sure you don't throw these away, because these are the pieces that fit in to some of these cavities here. So these are what's going into the cavities. So for instance, up here, there's a void just because of how it's recessed. So you have to stick these in. And again, this is something, if you didn't wet those pieces, there's no way you're getting them in that cavity neatly. And what I did was I made sure when I took out the piece that I lined it up, found the corresponding rectangle that fit with it, so I knew exactly which one went there. I just want to show some of the differences here between the Thinsulate, which I was considering going with, and I'm sure it's fine. It's just a little messier to work with. This stuff kind of comes off. And then of course you have to spray it. I like the idea of using this, which is really neat, and it already had the backing in place. So this to me just seemed like a better option, and I was excited to try it. And I was getting pretty disappointed when I couldn't get them in those recessed areas, but as I'll demonstrate here, once you spray it, it's super easy to get it in. The other thing I found is using nitrile gloves makes the job a lot easier. The adhesive really sticks to your hands. Once you spray it with the alcohol, it makes it a little stickier, but it's still better than having your bare hands on it. And peeling this backing off can be a little frustrating, but if you take your time and kind of pull from the center out, especially pull towards the cut edges, All right, just quick fine mist with some, in my case, 91% isopropyl. Spray it in the cavity as well. And goes in that easily. Oops, and I think I have that upside down. I wouldn't be able to do this otherwise. So, another good reason for using the alcohol, and it's already now starting to stick a little bit. It dries that fast. Do this one. Okay, again, spray down, making sure to get these pieces that are going in the recesses and spraying in the recesses. So, spraying takes what was super challenging, or I'd say annoying, and it makes it now really easy to put up this material. And then I kind of measured just again these rectangles to make sure I could even stick it through there to see, but I already know this one fits. I'm sorry, this rectangle. I'll just add, do the same thing with this. This. That's all there is to it.